up something real quick here. And let me get back down to it real quick. Let's play our intro music.
We're live on Facebook.
We are live on Facebook right now, and I have to share that music. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is Elevate Today with Chris Tompkins. Thank you for joining us. Today we have special guest Danita Sajous. Hello, how's everybody doing out there?
Yes. Hello, Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. You see your dance move. Hey, hey.
Here we go.
Hey, hey.
This is it, y'all. We're getting ready to figure out how to use color, how to use art, how to put it in the house, and Danita has it all worked out for us. We're gonna let's like, you know, keep a little bit moving. It's always good to move to the music, right? Yeah, this is my life. This is my heart. I love it, y'all. Yes, we're going down now. Okay, here we are back in. Let's stop the sharing and get back over to where we need to be. How's everybody going?
Chris?
Yes. We're good?
We're good.
All right now. Danita, I need you to introduce yourself a little bit because we've got guests always coming in and out, and I want to make sure, let me turn this one off to make sure, there we go. I want to make sure that everyone knows who you are because I know who you are. You've been a guest on the show before. You've been on Love Talk.
That was a juicy love conversation.
Yes, it definitely was. Now we hear folks need to know that you are an art collector. You are an art decor enthusiast. But it's more than that because you used to work for, who was that you worked for?
So yeah, I developed a product for Crate and Barrel for 12 years. Crate and Barrel is a houseware store here in these United States. They have retail stores everywhere. Their main headquarters is in Chicago. So when I moved from New York to Chicago, I used to do runway fashion. So I was the marketing manager for Saks Fifth Avenue, which is a high-end retail clothing store. And so I went from the runway to home. And the thing about it is that the colors of the season on the runway end up being the colors in your home for that season. So I looked for a retailer in Chicago when I moved there and found Crate and Barrel, and the rest is history. And I gotta say, friends, home decor is my first love.
Wow. Now, you know, I know that you do other things, Danita. You let's see, you do things like coaching, hypnotherapy. You are just a woman of great wonder and truly just amazing to me.
Thank you.
To bring this love that you have inside of you to us is inspirational to me because this isn't about, oh, this is what I do for a living. This is about what I do for my heart, right? And while you might, you know, become something like, you might turn this into a business because I think you definitely can. I know this all comes from your heart. This is like truly like just resonating, like just flowing out of you. And I don't want to take any more away from you because I'm going to turn the floor over to you now. And so our guests can just get into this with you. Yes.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for the invite. Facebook friends, all of those that are joining us from everywhere and anywhere around the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So yes, I've had several conversations with people and they wondered about my home, like, how do you do that? How do you add color? And just afraid of of color. So type in the comments if that's you. And what ends up happening is they get a home and they keep it neutral because neutral is safe. And neutral is important because you can't have color everywhere because then things start clashing and then it's a little bit too much. And so I'm going to talk about some key points on making a home very inviting, very cozy, being gentle with color, and where color can come from. It can come from a variety of items in your home that you can use decor with. So the first thing I always say is what you want to do is neutralize your space. And when I say neutralize your space, we're not going to go to this to those yet, okay. We're going to go
I'm
to that
going on
after. So
keys. I'm
get
going
your
on.
pens and paper out. It's okay. It's my co-pilot over here. He's doing a great job. So you want to neutralize your space. So get your pen and paper out because there's a few tips and concepts that are super important before you invite color. And so when I say neutralize, that means neutral colors. What are neutral colors? Neutral colors are beiges, whites, blacks, things that are neutral. So your walls, your floor, your big pieces, your sofas, your chairs can be a pop of color, but some of the bigger pieces or the surrounding area, in order to pop color, should remain neutral because you don't want blue walls and then add red paintings with a purple couch. You can, that's advanced. But for someone that's introductory, I would say if you start with a neutral palette, then you can add color on top of it. So walls, floors, large furniture and all that. And I'm going to show you some examples after we go through this different tips. The second thing I'd love people to do is bring the outdoors inside. What do I mean by that? That means there are three elements from outside to bring inside to get that outdoor indoor feeling. So you see sometimes in magazines they have outdoor living, like a living room out on a balcony. Well, what are those three elements? The three elements are wood, a metal. The metal can be copper, gold, silver. Something needs to have metal. And then also some type of greenery. You see in my background, I chopped some things from my backyard. So I have a little bit of greenery. It could be artificial. It doesn't have to be large. It could be in a little pot with the little sprigs. It can be anything, but you want nature to bring into the home. That makes it inviting, and the outdoor elements. And even if you live in a cold climate, to bring those elements into your home. So we talked about the neutralization of color for walls, large pieces of furniture and floors. And then now we talked about bringing the outdoor elements in with three things: wood, metal, and some type of greenery, a plant of sorts. So introducing color. Color can come from so many things. The thing we really think about is art, paintings. I think for me, I bought this house about 2 years ago and I did it all white because I knew color was important to me. And what I found difficulty in is finding good art. I like large and bold. And to find good art these days, and I didn't want to, for an office, I would go to Home Goods. That's a little outlet store that we have here in the States, to buy some things for an office area. But for my home, I wanted original pieces. And I'm always asking for the size of the piece. And so you can do two things. You can buy big art or you can cluster them. You can do odd numbers are always good for balance. You can do three small. And then I think what the biggest thing about artwork and hanging it is the artwork should be eye length. No one should be looking up at the art and no one should be looking down. So you have to hang it low enough so that when I walk into your home or your office, my eyes go directly there. They don't go up. They go right there. And I think a lot of people start to put art above their kitchen cabinets. So the eye immediately goes up and you lose the whole house because the eye goes up. So to draw the eye down, you want to make sure that you hang your art at eye level. The other way you can bring art in is curtains with a pattern. I'll show you examples of that. That can be a pop of art on your windows. I typically I like sunlight, so I buy curtains that just remain open. They don't have to meet and close because I have shades. So I just have that pop of art on both sides of the window or terrace door, just to add another dimension to the room. Another way you can bring art is area rugs with dimension and movement and color. You can do that as well. Pillows are an easy way to bring in art into your home. And whatever you hang, so for instance, you see these artwork here, you can bring any of those colors into your house. It gives you permission.
Oh, wow.
So I can bring my pillows into here because it'll all coordinate it, not matchy-matchy, but I have cool colors. We're going to talk about that too in the little slideshow. I have cool colors where the blue, purples, the blacks, and then I have warm colors. I have orange, reds. I have pretty much the whole color wheel. So I can bring absolutely any color into my home because of the kind of color that has. So paintings give you permission to pop that color wherever it is in the room. You can pick one color out of that painting. Accent chairs. I have one right here. There it goes.
There it
I have a
goes.
little accent chair there, right? I can pop that color because guess what? In this painting, you'll see that color. So even though it's in a different room, because that's my dining room, you can pop the color from over there. And I'm a pillow girl. I'll show you some new ones I got. And then wallpaper. Wallpaper's back, friends. I know us 60s babies. We had wallpaper and it was flowers and all that. All of it is coming back.
Okay.
And it is a statement beyond. And so we're going to go through the different types of wallpaper and the dimension it can bring. If you can't find art, do a wall of wallpaper. I personally think that the accent walls that we used to do, remember we do like a red wall or a blue wall. They say they're still in style, but I don't do them anymore. So I find different creative ways to do an accent wall. So let's go to the slides because I want to show you I'm a visual learner. So I want to show you some visuals of the things we just talked about. So how to bring color into your home. And you can do it. Stay right here, Chris.
Yeah.
So for this picture, you'll notice in the background is that painting, and they can grab colors from that painting to the chair, to the cushion of the chair, to the pillow. You see the greenery in that picture. You see the neutral white. That wood wicker chair is also neutral. They have wood in there. We talked about wood being part of it. The wood feet from the you could see the wood feet from the actual chair, and then also the metal legs. So you can bring that color into your home by that. So that gives you balance. That gives you the outdoor into the inside, as well as some neutral pieces with pops of color. Okay.
And the floor, you have a area rug there that is filled with colors that aren't clashing with the art on the wall. How do you do that?
Yes. So like I said, since the artwork is the permission to add the color, you can get this is a little advanced for my advanced people, but this helps with this helps you pick out the rug and it won't clash because the painting gave you permission or the rug gave you permission for the painting. Either or, they dance together.
Wow, it's beautiful. Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead. You can go to the next. So we talked about neutrals and how to make your home neutral so you can add pops of color. So what are neutral colors? We talked about it. It's white, it's grays, it's blacks. it's beiges, it's taupes, and it's browns. So any of these neutral colors can go with orange, blue, green. And when you neutralize your space, then you can add any color you want. Because these are neutral, they will not conflict with color.
Mm.
So those are the neutral palette. So we're gonna keep moving on. There you go. So this is my girlfriend's bathroom. I told you about wallpaper coming back from the 70s, 60s and 70s. And so you'll see here that she did her bathroom. I think it's fantastic. I have a wallpaper company out of Sweden called Happy Wall. I love their products. I think it's high quality. And this is from Happy Wall. So she did her bathroom in this kind of palm tree feeling, and I absolutely adore it. Now, you'll notice they're all neutrals. She just
Right.
did
Like,
black and white.
and so let's, you have the combination of the taupe cream brown neutrals with the white gray black neutral. You're putting the both neutrals together here. Is that right?
Sure. You can keep your place neutral. Most people that are not comfortable with color will do monochromatic displays.
Mhm.
Beige rug, beige area rug, beige chair, beige pillows, because it's safe. Get it. Wonderful. But if you have the urge to add color to your home, you can add whatever you want. You didn't see the other cut. So around the corner is the sink, and the sink is made out of the base is made out of wood. Very
Mhm.
cool with white. I didn't have a second picture of that, but
No,
that's
question.
wallpaper, friends. Yeah,
Question. Where you have those pillows, you could actually pop color pillows there if you wanted.
absolutely. You can do pink, yellow, green, orange, blue. Yes, because
Wonderful.
it's neutral.
Wonderful. Ready?
Yep.
Go. Oh,
Ah. This beautiful young lady is called Serafina. She's actually in my collection. And so if you see Serafina, she has wonderful color. And by the way, Chris is the artist. I'm obsessed. And so in this picture, they have neutral wood floor. They have a metal. We talked about metal, greenery, and greenery and wood. So the floor is wood. The legs of the sofa are wood. The lamp has metal. So does the flower pot. And then there's greenery. So again, those simple three elements in a room will give you some warmth. And now you have permission. The pillows could be blue.
mm,
They could be yellow. You get permission from Serafina, the beautiful artwork, to bring those colors into your room. So she's in my family room, and now my sofa's coming in, and she's that pink velvet. I'm going rogue, y'all. So I'm doing pink velvet. It arrives in April, but I'm taking the pink from Serafina to do my sofa. And the other thing, oh, I want to talk about, I think this little coffee table here, glass is a really beautiful piece to put in your space that doesn't take up space. Wood is very heavy. Wood furniture is very heavy. So if you can get anything translucent, acrylic's really popular now, but very expensive. Glass, because you can see through it, so it doesn't take up physical energy space. So I think this top of this little chair is the little coffee table has glass on it, which is another great concept. And they kept the curtains neutral, but the walls are white.
Beautiful. Yes. And I love Serafina, by the way. Thank you. We're moving. Let's move to the next slide. Here we go. The color wheel.
So color wheel. Chris, I know you're not a big fan of that because your artwork is so delicious and your creative juices flow through. But color wheels are important for beginners. I use color wheels for dressing, for my clothing. And we talked about cool colors and warm colors. So from yellow to purple is considered warm color, or I would say yellow to pink is really warm colors, and then purple to the green are cool colors, or maybe I'm right to green. Yeah. And so you have cool and warm.
Mhm.
And if you have too many cool, it flattens the room. So you want to add warmth, and you can add warmth with pillows, right?
Okay.
Um, you can add warmth with a throw. You
Okay.
can add warmth with there's a certain amount of things. And then this is a little advanced for those starting with color, but I love this color wheel because there's only really uh uh three primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. That's it. And
We
then
should
from
we
there,
should print screen. I think print screen on this one, folks. Like if you can print screen because I
or
love
take
the
a
fact
picture
that
with your phone.
right, because the red is the primary and the complementary is the green. And I think that we have someone entering the room. Okay, Austin, come on
Austin,
in.
come on in.
Yes, join us. And so here we are, showing this complementary color wheel. Now, let me be very clear on,
Welcome,
um,
Austin.
yes, welcome, Austin. Welcome to the Zoom event here with Danita on how to choose color. But let me say this: one thing about me and color is that I never understood color. I never understood the color
Ah,
wheel, and so I was advised by a good friend who's a great artist to throw it away. And intuitively I do color, but I still don't know how to wear it. I am seriously, black is the new orange for me all the
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
love
so
it. So this color wheel really helps because there's only three primary colors, blue, yellow, and red. And then from there you get secondary and tertiary colors. But you can see you can mix red with green or yellow with purple or blue with orange. And so when you're getting dressed and you want to do some color blocks, this is a good way to say what color goes with what, right? And so this is a good way. Like I said, the painting behind here has
mhm.
all the colors in the color wheel. So I can pick any color out of there to add to my home. So I've got that basket there that's got like red and neutral beige coming from the painting. So the paintings really give you permission to add color to your home. Okay,
Love
next.
it, love it. Let's move on to the next slide. Here we go.
So this is a very interesting way to add color to your home. And you'll notice that even the wall is artwork. So you can add two-dimensional dimensions to your walls, and that's art. Here they did blue, a white couch. They did the wicker. They have the plant. I think on the right they have some metal. So again, the rule of three, metal, wood, and greenery is seen in this space. And they did a blue rug, and then they popped it. So the butterfly has pink, so they did some pink pillows. And
Mhm.
then the opposite of the green is orange and pink. So they have a green pillow too. So super easy, or the green can go with the palm tree on the side. So super, super simple. There's one of my favorite designers, Jonathan Adler. I took this from his website, but I love, love, love the concept. Okay.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And the large piece is neutral. The couch is neutral.
Right. Okay, look at this.
This is my hallway.
Yes.
This rug is Jonathan Adler too. And like I said, artwork is not always on the wall, it could be on the floor. And so this is a washable rug runway from my garage to my inside my home. So it's great because it gives a pop of artwork when you first walk in. So artwork can be again on the curtains, on the floor, or on the wall. Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Gonna have to get one of those washable rugs too. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is this? Whose
This is
bedroom is
this
this?
is great. So this is a bedroom. I wanted to show different areas of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Again, same concept, the metal from the night table and the metal from the chandelier, pops of color. So now you have a piece of art, and then they brought the bedspread from the artwork onto the bed.
Oh wow.
And so they also,
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, babe.
I wanted to just say because there's art over the bed and there's art on the walls, and this is beautiful art no matter what room it's in. Make sure that it is mounted properly. the last thing you want it to do is fall,
There you
especially
go.
if you're sleeping.
I love it. And they also added a textured wall. So this is kind
Yes.
of advanced. They got the blue mirror, and I had another profile picture of this room, and they've got this funky rug, but they have permission because the bed's neutral. We talked about the
Mm.
big pieces being neutral, grays, beige, brown, black, white, so that you can pop color on anything.
But what if someone says, "I look, I don't have all this money to buy all this high end, bedding and things of that nature. What do you suggest?"
Yeah. Home Goods, Target, even though I'm not so targety these days, but Home Goods. There's places, Amazon. Yeah, I'm not. Anyway, Amazon. So
Or
I
check the
do
Goodwill.
Goodwill. Yes.
You never know what
Um,
you can find there. I'm just throwing
yeah,
it out there for the treasure hunters, right?
yeah. Treasure hunters. Um, one. You just need one. You just need one good. This is a coverlet. This yellow thing. It's a coverlet, so it's not quite thick as a comforter, but it gives color, and maybe for people in warmer climates, it would be good. And they can range anywhere from 75 to $100, and
IKEA
they
might
always
be an
have
option.
sales. Hmm?
IKEA could be a nice option as well.
IKEA is also, they do duvets. So you have the comforter, you slip it in, slip it out. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to just keep it a little practical right there. I know that that wasn't on the agenda, but I love
Oh,
to like,
no. Yeah. I mean, it's good. I'm a design on the dime. There's certain things I'll pay money for, and the rest is
okay,
makeshift.
there we go. There we go. I love the art in here as well. That very
Me
beautiful
too.
colorful piece is amazing. And how you're tying those pillows in, I've never figured out how to do that part. That's beautiful. I love the way you've done
That
that.
is
And
beautiful. And if you notice, the curtain rod is also metal. So I have gold
yes,
metal curtain rods. I had
yes.
them in from my apartment. And so I don't use them today, but that's also a new way you can pop metal into the room.
And those curtains are bordered with a design that is
Mhm.
adding to. So to me, if it was just a total white curtain, it would look very bland, but you're popping that window in a manner of like it's joining into the room. Does that make sense?
Correct. And if you see that they left it open, so I like sunlight, so I keep my curtains. They're not really functional curtains, but they're statement pieces.
Got you.
I'm not always practical.
Here we go. Let's look.
I love this. This reminds me of the chair I'm sitting on. You can see, it's
Ah,
so this is texture and fabric. And so again, the neutrals, and then they popped the turquoise because they have permission to do whatever color they want, being that the room is neutral. And
hmm,
then they added the yellowish bronze, which is kind of a neutral as well in the brownish family.
mhm.
That can go with it too. So,
Nice.
and they have a little greenery there,
Yes.
uh, and metal, and I didn't see any wood. I don't know if that's wood. Wood may be in the vicinity, but it's
Got you.
not every room that has to have it, but it's just a way to make the room a little bit more inviting.
The books on the small slender table here, it's almost like the books are part of the artwork is in the room.
Yeah,
Is
we're
that
going to
right?
talk about that. I'm going to show you some books.
Okay.
So I buy books for color,
Hmm,
to add as a color pop in a room. So we're going
hmm.
to see that soon, but that's a great question.
Okay. Moving to the next screen. Here we go.
Here it is.
Yes.
So you can, you'll notice the wall has texture and a pattern, so that's art. And then they added the Miami Beach and Marrakesh books. And then the lantern. Now this is a lot, and it's beautiful. So you could just do one thing. You could do the blue mirror. And then, or they took colors from the pot, the flower pot, and then just multiplied it right across.
Mm. Okay.
So little trinkets, all that adds color to the home as well.
Interesting. Beautiful. The
If
way
you
the
don't want
books
to
are.
go big and bold
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a small space, but you're accenting it. Oh
and
my
densing it.
goodness. Yes. Look at
So I
this.
love this. This again has the three elements we talked about. It has wood, greenery, and metal.
Mhm.
And that beautiful, delicious picture over there on the side.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so they kept the walls and the floors neutral.
Mhm.
Though the table's also neutral, and they popped it with orange. Orange is in the painting, orange is in the rug, and so it just blends really well. And then they added the dark blue, which is also in the carpet for the
Nice.
lamps. So, and they have daisies in the middle, a tree on the side. And so that just, it feels very inviting.
So all the colors are literally pulled between the rug and the artwork on the wall that are dancing together.
Yeah. And you can just do the rug and it would
Okay.
be fine.
Okay.
And so it's not the artwork, it could be the rug that pulls the colors in or the curtains that pulls the colors in. So whatever that thing is,
Mhm.
it can pull the colors into the room.
Beautiful.
It gives you permission to play.
The permission to play seems to be the operative word here is we need to give ourselves permission, and the art and the color of whatever it is in the room is giving us permission to go beyond our boxes, right? Go beyond what we normally do, break down the walls and say, hey, I'm going to do this because at the end of the day, what are we going to have? We're going to have a masterful, beautiful, gorgeous, colorful space, right?
Yeah.
So that's it. We're going to
And I
have
love this
us.
one. Yeah, yeah. I love this one because they did gray walls. They're almost like a taupe. That's a neutral. The curtains are a neutral, sheer and simple. The sofa's a neutral. The cabinet in the back is the neutral. And they popped it with this little orange ottoman. And then this is also Jonathan Adler, who I adore. And then he popped it with just different pillows.
Now, if you had a blue sofa,
Mhm. It would work.
it would work.
It would work
Wow.
because everything's neutral. Neutral goes with anything.
Got it.
Blue, orange, pink,
Got it.
purple.
Got it. Let's move to the next. Oh, here we go. I feel 70s.
Total 70s. This is wallpaper. This is Happy Wall from Sweden. I
Okay.
love their stuff. And what they do is you pick a piece and then they scale it to your wall, to the length of your wall. So they stretch the artwork. They do great work. But I just want to show you this because this is another form of art. Wallpaper's back, friends. And so they kept this room completely neutral and then popped a little bit of dating game 70s background.
Yes. Let's dating game is it. You
Austin
hit the
knows.
yes.
Austin knows, and you do too, Chris. You're of age.
Yes, yes, we are. We good looking of age, by the way, all of us on
That
here.
part.
So let's move to the next
Uh-huh. I
here.
have a few more.
Oh, look at this one.
This is also Happy Wall. I have this on one of my walls in my home.
Mm,
This is called Boho Chic.
mm.
And so this has a lot of color. So I didn't want it on a big wall, but small enough to pop. And then everything else is neutral. The wood, that's a neutral. Um,
Even your
and
books are neutral.
yep, the books are neutral because it's too much. Because if you try to compete with this, you're gonna lose. Because the wallpaper is the statement. Now, I put a big round gold mirror on to break up the pattern a little bit. But this is gorgeous.
It's beautiful. And I'm noticing here your lamps are neutral. Your vase is neutral.
Mhm.
The is
The
that a
pedestal.
pedestal is neutral.
Mhm.
Everything here is working off the neutral palette because the art is the
Is
wall,
the statement. Yep.
is the statement. Got you. Beautiful. Move to the next screen. Here we go. Ah,
Pillows. Like I said, pillows are another way to add color and dimension. And I always say, don't get the same size pillows. There's 20 by 20, 20 by 18, there's lumbar, there's round. Switch them up so they add dimension to the room.
hmm,
So these smaller ones, and then they have small, long ones.
mhm.
So you don't want to get all 20-inch
Squares.
pillows,
Yeah.
squares, because it'll block each other if you try to stack them. So I
Oh,
would do 20 and maybe a 16 and then the lumbar. Lumbar is the long ones. And so it gives or a round one, right? So it
mhm.
gives the pillows dimension. But I love these Jonathan Adler pillows.
Beautiful. Now these look like a similar design. All these different pillows have a similar design, yet a different color. You don't have to stay in that similar design, do you?
No, no, go with
Okay.
the rules. See what goes with each other. Pick a
Okay.
color out of the painting or the wallpaper or and
Mix it up.
yeah, mix it up.
Got it. All right, let's move to
Get
the
funky with
next.
it.
We're back
Oh,
here
we
with,
have that. That's a repeat. Go ahead.
okay.
My little Canva presentation.
Oh,
I love this one.
I
So
love this
I'm a
art.
big believer in big art. Go big or go home. So this is a whole neutral palette with a pop of gold. They kept it gold. Gold is neutral as well. And when I went close to the painting, it had a little bit of two-dimension lift from it. But
Mhm.
look how elegant that looks.
Beautiful.
I think big art is you one and done. And what I find sometimes is people are because they don't know, which is totally fine. They're putting small art on a big wall,
Hmm.
and the art is lost because it's too small or it's hung too high.
Hmm.
So bring it down to eye level, and
Okay.
then make sure that art can sit in that space.
So when we look at this big art on the wall, of course it rises up, but you're
Yes,
saying that the central focus of this art though is eye level. Is that
yes,
is that the premise?
yes,
Right? The
yes.
central focus be eye level.
I don't want to have to do this.
Got it.
If I do this, I'm done.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
I
you leave
love
the room at that point.
I got you. Got you. And the key is to stay in the room and embrace the room. And the artwork is to keep you there, not to take you away from it. Right.
Mhm.
I love it. Okay, here we go.
So here's a room where they didn't do neutral for the big pieces, but they did color, but they kept the rest neutral. So this green velvet bed with the bench on the back. Again, they have metal, they have wood on the nightstand. They got enough green, but it's inviting, and they kept the sheets neutral.
Mhm.
You don't want to do like blue sheets on a green bed. Keep
Right,
it
right.
neutral, reverse it. Instead of the comforter being yellow, let the bed be yellow and the comforter be white, So you want to reverse it and not be too clashy. Another way to bring art into your home is your comforters.
So the art, in my opinion, when I look at this, is the bed itself.
Correct.
Yes,
That's the statement.
that's the statement.
And I love
And
pendant lights too. I
oh,
love this pendant.
oh
I got
right.
huge ones, like they're beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Move to the next. Ah, look at this.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
Again,
my.
green, wood, and
Hmm.
metal. And
Yes.
then you have the right to take any color out of that painting and do a chair. They could have done a
Mm.
pink chair. They could have done black chair.
Mm. Mm.
They could have done light blue chairs.
Or yellow
So,
or
or
anything
yellow,
or
yeah, or
white.
anything. You're
Yeah,
on neutral territory. Neutral color, neutrals, color goes with neutrals.
got it.
Neutrals are even playing ground, safe, safe, safe. So you can pop
Wonderful.
any color. Love it.
Wonderful. Ooh, here we go. Beautiful.
So this was my apartment back in a few years ago. And so I believe art in bathrooms. I just
Yes,
do. So I have a statue here. I have Josephine Baker here. And
right
then
there.
for my shower curtains, I actually use real curtains.
Mm.
And I use them on both sides. So that's artwork when you walk into the bathroom. So when you go take a shower, you close them this way. So I buy two sets and the
Mhm.
liner. So
I
there's
was going to
another
ask this
set.
if there's a liner. You definitely have a liner there though,
I have
right?
a liner. Yes,
One liner or two?
just one liner. So the liner goes in the tub area and this stays out. But when you walk into the bathroom, there's artwork on both sides of the bathtub. Right? And
Wow.
so, and I also had this statue here and some artwork. I'm a big believer in artwork in the bathroom.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's a room. It's a room you spend time in.
That's right. And you know, just a FYI that acrylics are really great in high moisture areas, by the way.
Yes.
And in the way that there's some new ways that or new methods for acrylics that are coming out that have come out, and it's really gorgeous. So the old stuff is still there, but there's some new acrylic style artwork coming out, and I'm going to be showcasing some of that on my art page. So yeah,
Can't wait to see. All right, we're almost done. I call it bathroom magic. So
Love
this is a friend's house, and this is very neutral. This is the black, white, wood concept. Now, she can pop any color she wants in this whole area, but she kept it pretty neutral, and it's still inviting. She's got the green, she's got the metal, and she's got the wood. And she has permission to pop anything she wants because the whole home is neutral and delicious, by the way.
It seems to me that the green brings in the invitation. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's color.
It's color.
It's a color. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let's move to the next.
Oh, this is one of Chris's pieces.
Yes.
Chris, you can talk about it, but I want to show you this. You can do it on a black wall. You can do it on an accent wall. But imagine that in an office.
Mm-hmm.
Just one big piece. I think it's great. Again, they have the greenery and the artwork. I don't know if they have plants in this one. I couldn't see the whole picture, but look how gorgeous that is. My office has artwork, big artwork.
That's
and
beautiful.
So when you see me on Zoom, you see artwork in the back.
Yes.
So I think I just love it. So I'm a new collector.
Okay.
And I think that's it for that part of the presentation. So yeah, I just want to give examples of the tips I gave earlier. And then hey Oz, here's my buddy.
Austin. What's up, Austin? How is it going?
Hey guys.
Austin and I are friends for 40 years, 45 years.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining.
I know. So good. He's my brother from another mother.
All right.
So Chris, I want to show the audience the artwork I brought from you.
Okay.
No, let me not say that. That you gifted me. And so we talked about it earlier. And so she's here. Her name is Serafina.
Serafina.
And she's delicious and she's large. And so I just ordered a sofa, a kind of this color. Right?
Wow. Wow. It's gonna be beautiful.
Is really good. And so she's gonna sit there with the sofa when the sofa comes. And then I want to show you this wallpaper really quick. Because I think it's just
it's
crazy.
Running through the rooms.
It runs through the room and even in the alcove. And
Yes.
then here's the boho chic one that I did.
But nothing's
a mirror.
It's all working together. Nothing's clashing. And this is a
I broke it up. I did a neutral. I did the books.
Okay.
Right. And then I did this mirror just to break it up a little bit from that. So
and it looks like you also go into a different environment as you move through your home. So you have this totally different feeling embracing you as you move from like one space to another.
Room to room.
Yeah, and I love that, really. I mean, I did that in my garden back in Hawaii. So I was like, like I'll sit in one area and then I'll like flowers, and then another one are palms, and another one is like a bench. And I just like love that kind of stuff. And that's why I'm admiring your home is gorgeous, the way you pull it together.
And then I brought pillows. I told you when my new sofa comes, look at these.
Where do you find these things from? Where do you get these pillows and these pillow covers? And
oh my God, friends! So these are from West Elm. Okay. It's also a furniture store here in the United States.
Right.
And I've been watching them. They were on sale for like maybe $40 for the cover. And
Wow.
then they discontinued them. So I got them for $12.
Wow.
Holy
So
cow.
just to know, not everything's full price in here,
Yes.
Wow.
But it's
but
gorgeous. Yeah.
they'll be fun when my sofa comes in. So I love that because of the dimension and the colors again.
Mhm.
These are the colors I wear on my clothing too. I'm pretty consistent. So, Chris,
Yeah.
I am obsessed with your art.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I'd love for the Facebook audience, because everyone's saying, well, where do you get your art? You know, this part's Haitian. And then I have your art. I have another Black artist from Chicago and another Black artist from here in Florida. And so as I collect my little collection, when we started talking and you showed me, I'm going to be honest, you took my breath away.
Oh, wow.
And the type of art that you do, which is digital art, and Serafina came from there. And I just was like, oh my God. And then I started texting all my friends. You got to see my friend Chris's art. So Chris, would you share how you create your art and what you do? And what I love about your art, I talked about big art,
Mhm.
one and done. How?
Yeah.
Right? And so you can order your art in a large scale, 7 foot, whatever
Yeah.
that space can take.
Yeah.
And so I'd love you to show some of your pieces, because they say a lot in the colors you use, the forms that you use as well.
So it's interesting. My
And
background
behind you, yes, is your art.
it's actually a wall in my house that runs from the front of the my apartment where the windows begin to all the way through down the hallway into my bedroom and wraps around my bedroom. And it's about 12 pieces of art. So if I can duck down, you can see all these different pieces. But yet, even though they're different areas, like I'm very esoteric in a sense, but even though I go through, the mask or the woman, or I get into my you know cubist style, or I go into more of a street art style, they all work together in color. And I can't explain that because I'm not you. I just intuitively create. And for some reason, I look like I have a gorgeous gallery in my house.
Wait. Time up. Hold on. So Chris was a New York City police officer.
No, I was a
Chris,
Pittsburgh police officer,
Pittsburgh police, an
New York
attorney,
City attorney.
a New York City attorney. Go ahead, keep going, brother, because I can't keep up.
I
And
was a
then had this little hidden gem.
Yeah, right. So I've been a community organizer. I've lived in Hawaii for 15 years. Never thought I was going to leave, but things happen. Moved to New York and asked myself, what am I going to do when I grow up again? I went and got my law degree and started practicing law, and was a public defender there and loved my practice. And then I was in a car accident where I had a brain injury, and I had to learn how to read and write and talk and everything all over again. And I couldn't write poetry. There were no words left in my head, which I was like dying from. And what happened was my son needed help in Florida, so I flew to Florida. I'm with him, and I decided, okay, I need to draw or something, because it's just, I'm a creator, so it's like urgent, it's like popping out of me. I said, I'm a paint. I ain't never painted in my life because I couldn't understand color, right? And I went to get supplies, and COVID hit, and there weren't no supplies. And I said, okay, I got to figure this out because I need to do this. This stuff is pouring out of me. And I went online and found a digital app and taught myself how to do that and draw with it and create those brushes. And the art that emerged from my life was totally different than anything I had ever drawn before. And I have to say, it's because of the head injury, because it took away all the filters and it allowed me to be free and create. And this is what came out of it. And
Go ahead, show the other ones too. I want the audience to
yes.
see.
So
because
talk about
yeah.
changing, poison medicine. This is my art page uh, that you can connect from christompkins.com. And you can see here, I've took a lot down, but you can see here a lot of my artwork that is still here. And what's beautiful about it, the mask is a new one. I love this mask. I love masks. It's in all of my work is signed. This is all digital. And if you click on canvas, it's available in these 3 sizes, and you can actually see what it costs to buy it. And that's for the canvas print. It's Z clay, high quality. This price, when you order it, you can add on finishes that you want. You can add on framing if you want it. Of course, there's an added charge for all those things, but it includes shipping, and it also includes a 30-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. Now, I deal with a great printing company to deliver these quality. I'm very particular. However, when we move into the large format printing, let me be very clear about this. It's a totally different world. It's custom. I use a different printer. I can go up to 10 feet by 10 feet wide.
Wow.
And it's an installation at that point. And what I have to do to configure my artwork to go to that point,
Resolution.
that
Yeah.
resolution, and to create that big space, that big art space, is man hours, if you will. It's like, it's not like off the rack. It's a really totally different thing. And because I'm, let's say, up and coming, of course, you're not going to pay Basquiat prices, which, I love who I love and adore and see as someone that, would love to emulate at one point in my life in some kind of my art. But I do know that my art, I've never studied art. I'm self-taught. My art, I've never even read anything about artists at all. I didn't know what kind of art anyone did. What I did from my heart, from my soul, my spirit, and my life. And what I found out is that my art has strokes of the genius of Picasso, Basquiat in some sense, and others that I come to find out are amazing artists, and those kinds that break the walls down. So being that I was never self-taught, my voice continues to speak organically and authentically. And that's my art, period.
Yay.
So I'm going to stop.
Thank you for sharing, because I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
So just to recap, we talked about a few things today. Keeping your space neutral so you can pop color, bringing the outdoors inside with metal, wood, and greenery. And then we talked about adding decor, not only from art, but from curtains, from pillows, from comforters, and having a playful exchange with color. Area rugs as well is a big piece. And start small. Get a pillow, right? And then until you can build up. Color wheels, super important, so you can see what marries what. But when you have a painting like this that has every color in the color wheel, the world is your oyster. And so you can.
Danita, what if someone's watching the show and they are saying, I need Danita. I don't have time to figure this out. I love this presentation. I love the presentation, but I don't have time to be Danita. I need Danita. Can they get in hold of you? Can they hire you? Talk to us here.
Yeah, we could do, I've done neighbors' houses. I've done like little low key, my boyfriend's office. Like I've done I've done a lot, I think. So yes, it's not an official business, but I have an eye that I can say, but you got to trust me. I'll be like, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, like paint your wall white, like, so I can prep the home too. If you don't like my style, then but yes, I'm on Instagram, Danita Sajous, my first and last name, and on Facebook as well, Danita Sajous. And then I should put this on my website, huh? Home decor advice consultation.
I think so.
Because I can walk into a space and be like, okay, and then whip it up. I call it design on a dime. Because it doesn't take, you got to have a budget, but it doesn't take thousands and thousands of dollars to up level your home. Maybe it's the handles in the kitchen or the knobs on the dresser, or so there's ways to up level your home. Fresh paint is always delicious. That you can use to up level and make it more inviting, and be at a place of peace.
I think we need to do a monthly show with you,
You
Danita.
said that. I ain't got nothing else to talk about, Chris.
Well, we do, because we can take one room at a time. That's an option. We can do colors for the season and how to bring those colors into your home that you're wearing on your body as well as you're wearing on your walls or in that room in particular. And even to the point of changing the knobs on your cupboard doors in a room, right? Or how do I add art into my bathroom? How do I put that curtain up there?
Art
Where
in
do I
your
get that
kitchen.
from?
Look,
Oh, see that?
that's in the kitchen.
That's in the kitchen.
Everywhere there's art.
See, we have a lot to talk about. We have a
All
lot to
right,
talk
he's
about.
committed me, Austin. Can you believe it?
And Austin, me and you got to talk more, because I need to know, what do you do too? Because if you with Danita, you got to do something anyway. We got to bring you back as well, maybe. I don't know.
Austin too big. He too big. He was.
You know,
He was.
it's been so wonderful taking this in. It's permission to play. It's, the colors, just
Josette.
having them all around you. Having the colors all around you is just, it does so much for the mind. And it's like getting an infusion of hope and joy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, Josette.
Josette, welcome.
All my peeps on the call.
Come on, Josette, participate. Talk about what you just heard from this wonderful, amazing woman and all these different tips and things.
I didn't see it until I saw her story just now. I didn't know this was happening. But I love Danita, and so yeah, I figured that I would show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where can they find the replay, Chris?
The replay will be on Facebook Live on my Facebook page for 30 days. Facebook is saying they're only allowing videos to remain up now for 30 days. But let me tell you what's going to happen. This is a podcast. It's going to be loaded into Spotify, which is what I do for where I host my my podcast. So it'll be loaded there, and then it spreads out. So you're going to find it on YouTube. You're going to find it on Apple. Now, some of those platforms are audio only, but for Spotify, it's video, and for YouTube, it is video. And
Okay,
if you,
what is
30
your
days
channel
on Facebook.
pardon me,
on Spotify? What's your podcast name?
my podcast name on Spotify is Elevate Today.
Okay.
And Elevate Today is this podcast name. And on and it will take you everywhere you need to go.
Everything. Okay.
Right. And I'll put links here in the comments when we finish to get you to YouTube and Spotify for those, so that you don't have to search for it.
Okay, great. I love that.
Danita, you were
Good.
asking a question too. What was the question?
Yeah, no question for me. I was just saying where she could find the replay, and then I'll post the replay on my page too.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, it was a pleasure, friend. Always. You know how we roll. New York in the house.
New York's in the house. That's right. There we go. There we go. You
So
know
thank
what?
you for
Thank you.
I have to say, I'm not a native New Yorker, but when you move to New York and you stay in New York and you love New York, you become a New Yorker. That's it.
There's
That's
no
it.
option.
Whole life there until 2009. Then I moved to Georgia.
Oh, I didn't know that, Josette.
Yeah, I grew up in Queens.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah, I
got
lived
Queens,
in Brooklyn for
money
like,
making Manhattan, money making Manhattan.
yeah, I lived in Brooklyn for 7 years, and then I lived in Harlem for 3 years before I moved back to Georgia in 2017. So yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Are you
Love
in? Are you in the ATL down there? Or?
I am. Yeah.
How is it down there?
It's good. It's
It's
pretty
good.
warm today, but it's cold in here because my daughter had the air on. Yeah.
Okay. Austin, where are you from? Where are you joining us from?
I grew up uptown.
Oh, shoots. Okay.
Uptown. Yeah.
Uptown, uptown.
Yeah, my kids are still there in the apartment. I left them there. It's on 111 and 7th. Yeah, they stay there. When I go to New York, that's where I stay.
Of course.
Yep.
If you're from Manhattan, you either say I'm uptown or downtown.
Yes.
Because there's
Uptown.
nowhere else. There's only uptown and downtown.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah,
Say Manhattan. I always have said Manhattan.
me too.
Manhattan, yeah.
And you know the funny thing I learned living there, they be like 36, and I'm like 36 downtown and Midtown. They're like, no, 136th Street. I'm like, oh,
Oh, right. They leave the 100 out.
they leave the other parts out. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah,
Oh my God, I forgot that, Josette.
yes. Because like one time, I forget, I was with my granddaughter and my daughter, and she was asking my daughter where did she get something from, and my daughter was saying, I don't know. She said she was explaining the place, and the girl was like, "Oh, that sounds like 36th Street," and she was like, "No, it's further uptown," and she was like, "Yeah, 36th Street." And I'm like, "Midtown by Herald Square?" She like, "No, 136." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So let me mind my business. That's so true.
Well, wait a minute now. Because when I first moved to New York, I lived in Manhattan, and then moved to Riverdale with my ex, and that was beautiful and all. And then went to Brooklyn, and fell in love with Brooklyn. I was living like on the border of Bed-Stuy and Myrtle Avenue there in that area. Is like, oh my goodness, and just the greatest, the best food and vibe and everything. I said, I don't have to go back to Manhattan ever again because I'm in Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn has everything, right? It's like it's the bomb.
Do or die.
Yes.
They both have been gentrified. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
much.
happened. That happened.
Crown Heights everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I made a move to go to the Bronx.
I never. That's one place I never lived.
It
I lived
took.
in Vernon. I lived in I lived in Mount Vernon as well.
It does take adjustment to move from Brooklyn to the Bronx. But let me say this. The Bronx has some amazing apartments. And everybody I met from the Bronx would say that. I was like, why don't y'all move to Brooklyn? They're like, oh, no, I ain't giving up my apartment. My apartment is huge.
Huge.
Oh yeah,
It's
size.
huge.
Yeah. The
Huge
size.
and cheap compared to the rest of New York, right?
Yeah, sure.
Huge, right? Well, when I moved there, I wasn't even on the main drag. I was on a side street, and my apartment was huge
Wow.
at $975 a month.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I said, ooh, and I'm 5 minutes from work down at the courthouse downtown, Bronx, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on 161st Street. And I said, ooh, I like this. And my neighbors was great. And then all of a sudden, the rents were going up, and it was starting, things were starting to happen. We're starting to, pick up and do things. I met some of the best people in my life in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And I stayed in the Bronx and loved the Bronx. And if I remember correctly, I think Danita, are you from the Bronx, Danita?
Negativo.
Oh, shoot. So I thought you was a Bronx girl.
One me.
Wasn't you? Or somebody else.
All right.
Anyway, the Bronx is amazing. And so we can't leave the Bronx out when we talk about Manhattan, Brooklyn, and
Down Bronx. Yes, it's already J-Lo from the Bronx.
Yeah.
There she is. Oh, you know who else is from the Bronx? Was Dinah Shore? What? No, what's her name? Not Dinah Shore. What's
Diana Ross?
No, the woman that was that played the nurse that had an old school TV show with the little boy. And Diane Carroll is from the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing.
TV,
really
I totally can't.
Jenny too. Jenny from the Bronx.
Jenny's from the Bronx. But Diane Carroll was
one of the most beautiful women ever.
She was voted to be the most beautiful woman in the world in her day.
I saw her in her 70s.
She had a good spirit too.
I was scratching my chin.
Oh man. Yeah. We could talk about that some more, Austin, all right? But no, I'm joking.
She's just beautiful.
She is. She's a drop dead gorgeous woman, honest. So hail to the Bronx. There we go. Anyway, are we done? Are we done?
Well, friends, thank you for coming.
Take care.
I want to thank you.
Day.
Yes,
Chris,
thank
you again for honoring this time together. It was fun. As usual, we always have fun. And we'll talk about future.
We'll talk about future. So let me wrap up and say thank you everyone for joining and Elevate the Day with Chris Tompkins and our special guest, Danita Sajous. I always say, and every time we have to close, remember, until we see each other again, let's elevate. Aloha.